Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Profit. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all drip ecosystem related projects. In today's video, we're going to be covering a slip from Charles Hoskins. So if you're not familiar with who Charles Hoskins is, maybe you are brand new to crypto, but this guy over here, specifically his video he made himself, and they just clipped it up on Savvy Finance, is him basically rallying the troops, and I resonated with this 100%. And he is the co-developer of Ethereum. They had some issues, so he ended up going his own way with it, and now he is the co-developer of Cardano. And the reasons he is developing Cardano is exactly what it's going to go into in this clip. So it's basically about the banking system collapse. And again, I'm not going to play this whole thing, but I urge you to come over to his channel if you're not subscribed and you want to follow somebody that rallies the troops and you identify with and decentralized finance and removing power from the corrupt banking industry. This guy will get you hype. He may not look like it, but he is passionate about this stuff. And I just want to play some clips because it really resonated with me. And Savvy Finance basically just kind of clipped it out. So let's listen to the first one. We're going to break it down and I'm going to show you some numbers on fiat currencies. I've had them on my video before, but I think it's important to touch back on this and why this is the most important time right now to be aware of what is going on.
You see, the banking system in general is falling apart. And it's falling apart predictably so because it's always been a Ponzi scheme. The escape valve has been cryptocurrencies. It gives us the ability to go into the digital space and take money to the next level, put people back in charge, embrace full reserve, all this type of stuff. And you know what's happened? The governments are coming in saying crypto caused this problem. Not the trillions of dollars of money printing, not the fractional reserve banking system, but crypto caused this problem. Not the rampant corruption, not the nepotism, not the US warfare culture that we've had, 9 countries over the last 23 years, $15 trillion in wars. None of that has anything to do with it. Not shutting down the entire world for COVID. No, none of that has anything to do with all of this stuff. No, not at all. It's obviously the market that's less than $1 trillion crypto. That's what caused all these problems. So go look at Bank of America's unrealized losses. It's $113 billion. Look at JP Morgan Chase. It's around $40 or so billion. Go down the list of your bank. Google your bank unrealized losses. Take a look where that sits. And you realize how quickly a bank run can occur. You realize how quickly things can change just like that. And the powers that be, they try to look for a scapegoat and blame that and say, well, this person's responsible. We're not. We're the solution. We've been cleaning up the mess and trying to get rid of the contagion that is fractional reserve banking. It's just that simple. You cannot base a system on a lie, on a fantasy, and then expect that system to be stable. Every time they fail, you and me and everyone else in the United States and the world has to pay for it. And every time they succeed on our backs, they get the money. And then they use that financial power to buy up media and to buy up politicians to convince you that somehow they're virtuous and moral. They never have been, they never will be. And now is the time for people to really start having that message break through. We're going to live in a world where these banks don't exist in this format anymore. Because you know what? The solution to this upcoming banking crisis that's happening is too big to fail plus. The same group of people, ironically the same, Janet Yellen and these others, who told us that 2008 will never happen again, we fixed the problem, are going to lead us to a series of bank bailouts and consolidation and backroom deals that are going to make these too big to fail banks 5 times bigger. We're running out of money to socialize these losses. We don't have it anymore. Just look at the debt, our national debt, United States. It's over $30 trillion. What happens when that goes to 10%, which it's heading towards? That's more money than we spend on our military times 3, the biggest, most powerful military in the world, just to service the interest rate on the debt. How can we afford that? We can't. There's a liquidity crisis with the dollar right now. The rest of the world, they're trying to get off of it because they don't want to be on this sinking ship.
Kind of just a clip, a snippet of the rant that he goes on, and it's pointed because we're headed that direction. And now this isn't saying that the fiat will collapse or anything like that. Like, historically they all have, but I believe what's gonna happen and what this is kind of pushing towards is a form of like a 3-world currency or something like that. I don't know what shape that'll take, but there's too many countries that do depend on the US. We do still have our military power, and there will be people that are allied with the US, of course. So that US global reserve is still out there. But as you know, with BRICS and what I showed in the last video, they might come up with something. Then I think maybe the euro, something like that would formulate. And this trillions of dollars of debt that they have, they would just wipe to zero by introducing a new central bank digital currency. And here is a history of monetary folly. Sorry, I covered this on my channel before, but this is basically showing you what has happened from every fiat, not every fiat currency, but every one they show in here. History has shown us that all fiat currencies will go to zero. It's just fact. There is no single fiat that has ever lasted. It eventually gets replaced with something else. And that goes all the way back to when we were trading in sand dollars and trading in precious metals besides actual gold. We were trading beads and seashells. It didn't matter what it was. Someone always found a way to make more of it or counterfeit it, and therefore it no longer had value. We survived because we had the gold standard, but then we came off of that in 1971, and we've been going downhill ever since. So now that they can print money into oblivion, here's some example of hyperinflation. You have these denominations that just have to be insane amounts. 5 million Zairs, 10 million Pingo from Hungary, a 1 billion mark in Germany back in 1923, 100 trillion. This is more than the entire, oh no, it's not. I think the entire thing is quadrillion, but this just shows you how out of hand it can get. And these obviously are much, much smaller countries or bigger ones over history, but the failure of fiat is not something we haven't seen before. And it's going to happen again. And all they do when it fails is replace it with something else. And that's exactly what we're headed to. And that's what Charles Hoskins is mentioning in that video about how important it is to basically take a stand and fight back, and that it's too late to be saved. So I'm going to play that other clip from him real quick.
What is the politician's solution? To come and say crypto is responsible. So let me get this straight. The people who push for full reserve banking are responsible. The people who push for auditability and transparency and immutability are responsible. The people that push for decentralization, resilience by design, open source, community ownership instead of ownership by the few are responsible. The people who push for you being your own bank and owning your own money and having control over your own assets, not some bureaucrat or banker, are responsible. Not the people that can start unlimited wars, print unlimited money, shut down the government arbitrarily whenever they want to, and then give your money to their friends. I'm sorry, we're too far gone. We know too much. The internet's out now. We can talk to each other. We can communicate with each other. And the reality is that this fractional reserve banking system is on its last leg. It's not going to last. It will not survive another 20, 30, 40 years. It's not stable. We have to take back our money. I'll tell you what scares the government.
So that's he's about to go into treasury bills and kind of making that used on the blockchain. But there's one other clip that again got me hyped up, so we'll play that one too.
Savings will go to hell. So how do we solve it? Print more money, more Social Security, more this, more that with money we don't have. Tax the rich, great. That'll solve it. Take 100% of all their money, still won't pay for this. It's lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. And now we witness real time the contagion of the system spreading. SVB to Signature to Credit Suisse, and it's going to continue. The antidote has been and always will be honest money. And the digital gold of the day is the cryptocurrency standard. Right here, right now, our industry is proving its worth and proving its worth more than all other industries combined. It's giving you your identity back, your data back, your money back, your payment system back, your banking back, your voice back.
So if that doesn't get you hyped up, I don't know what will. It's time to take back our money. Couldn't agree more. And I believe that it starts with communities and what we're doing here in the Drip network and Drip ecosystem and crypto in general. Like there's definitely a lot of Ponzi's in crypto, and there's also a lot of scams and stuff like that. But that's to be expected. You're always going to have people trying to take advantage of any new system or idea because not everybody wants to put in the work. So you just got to deal with that. But the power of crypto and a trustless environment, verifiably proven open source blockchain where you can go and look at transactions and immutable ledger, all that stuff is what's needed for us to move away from the centralized Ponzi that we've seen collapsing over and over and over again. Now, again, I believe that the dollar isn't going anywhere. It might see some inflation. I don't even believe it'll see hyperinflation like the $1 million bet, but it's not going to last because no fiats will last. So be it changes from the US dollar that we know now into a central bank digital currency, or it becomes some new world order currency, which definitely you can listen to this. Ray Dalio has a great book called The Changing World Order. And this video actually just summarizes it really, really well. It's in like a nice user-friendly kind of video short clip kind of setting, 43 minutes still. But he's essentially saying about all these things, about history and how countries have been taken over, countries collapse, and we've seen this over and over and over again. And we're at a changing of the guard, a new world order right now, what we're going through. So there will be a new regime, there will be a new global reserve currency, or there will be 3 global reserve currencies or something. Something's going to change, and it's happening right now before our eyes. And that is why you see this big squeeze on the banks and cutting off the onboarding crypto rails, and also the stuff with the consolidation of the banks. So you have this 2008 thing happening all over again where they're too big to fail and they'll get bailed out. So they can't lose the money in regards to the people that are tied to it, as in the citizens of the United States. But it can definitely change its existing structure into something else. So that's where I believe the CBDC or the Fed Now payment rails, whatever it's going to be. But the point is, you don't want to be hanging on to that old system when you can adopt something that is open and decentralized and kind of adopted by the community and puts the power back into the hands of the masses and takes away from that centralized control. So I just want to share that with you. Definitely encourage you to go over and listen to Charles Hoskins. Go on this rant for about 17 minutes. I don't have a lot of ADA, but I definitely align with his principles and what he's doing. And clearly he is a man of integrity and vision and whatnot. And that's why he also decided to kind of pivot and build Cardano in his own likeness, so to speak, with his own values and whatnot. So we will see how this whole crypto thing shapes up in the short to near term future. But this is a time to rally the troops, a call to arms, if you will, and tell your friends and family and loved ones and all this stuff that history may not repeat, but it damn sure does rhyme. And we have seen this movie before. Even if you haven't seen it, you can go out and check, and it always ends the same. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Hope everybody survived. If you did, smash that HBO special up, brother. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Sprix Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.